Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan B. Butler. This time we return to something we've seen a lot of and thought we might have seen the end of, and that is Spaceballs. Yes, Spaceballs the movie. Spaceballs the home video releases. In this episode, we're going to take a look at two different sort of UK equivalents of stuff we've seen in the US before. One that's new, one that is not. Okay? You may recall that at least on DVD, the best way to get Spaceballs was this. This was the collector's edition that had more bonus features because of a second disc and had both of the discs with their own friggin' labels on them, as opposed to all the times they reissued the same other disc, which was that screwed up, one layer on either side, you gotta flip it over type disc that had full screen on one side, widescreen on the other, but not a lot in terms of special features. This was the way to go. Well, this in the US actually had an equivalent in the UK as part of the so-called Spoof Edition, which is not something I had ever heard of, but something that Julian Smith over in the UK has been a great fan of the show and helped me acquire some stuff and send over some stuff plenty of times in the past, managed to get his hands on and send over so I could feature it on the show. This is that UK Spoof Edition version, essentially, of the Collector's Edition. And it's kind of interesting here. It's a Spoof Edition, Mel Brooks, John Candy, Rick Moranis, and then Mel Brooks' Spaceballs. And then that art there, kind of like the Collector's Edition, but smaller, right? Got your two different ratings here for the UK and Ireland. May the Schwartz be with you, there on the cover. Spine. At the top, you have MGM, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, their logo. Spaceballs. Scroob, which by the way is Brooks backward. I never got that. Derp. DVD, ratings, product number down there. The back, about the film, cast crew information, your various logos and whatnot, such as this is Region 2 PAL, for instance here, UPC and all, ratings, and then information about what is found on the discs. It notes here special features, soundtrack, subtitles, and hard of hearing, which is for English and German. Soundtrack-wise, you've got English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, and Hungarian. Subtitles, you have Croatian, Danish, Dink, like the Dinks, like dink, dink. Dutch, Finnish, French, Greek, Hungarian, Italian, Norwegian, Slovene, Spanish, and Swedish. So many, many more language options than you would have gotten on the US version. There is a cool little insert here. That art there, kind of more like the US version. Scene selections. But this is actually a booklet about it that lists the casts, talks about some behind-the-scenes type stuff, and has images from the film within it. So, an actual insert booklet. The actual discs are a little bit odd. Here's your art there for disc 1. This is the film. You have your characters, your ratings, your legalese around the edges, DVD, copy protection symbol, Region 2 PAL. But then it says disc 1 and then D1 plus D2 plus D3 plus D5 and then a product number? I have no idea what the hell any of that means. Then you have disc 2, legalese, disc 2, ratings, MGM UA symbol again. It's on the other disc as well, I just didn't point it out. D1 plus D2 plus D3 plus D5, product number, still don't know what it means. DVD, Region 2 PAL, copy protection, although those are swapped in order. What's interesting about it is that the menus are completely different, but it's the same content as what we got on the Collector's Edition in the US. So there's a kind of a cool Spaceballs main logo or main menu that's got the Winnebago kind of chilling out in Spaceball City. But in the background, for instance, it has someone playing asteroids, which is kind of neat. Sometimes it'll kind of go fuzzy and then to the color pattern and then show pictures of some of the characters and whatnot. And then you can choose your subtitles and your audio track and that sort of thing. But then the bonus features disc, all the different sub-menus of the bonus features as it goes in to look at, documentaries or behind-the-scenes photos and stuff like that, all kind of use the Spaceballs theme of their technology as the menus. So the main menu for special features and subtitles says Mr. Coffee, right? And then you've got Mr. Microwave for the documentaries and featurettes. You've got sort of a reel-to-reel tape thing going for the documentaries themselves with a picture of Barf. You've got the bloopers show up as Spaceballs ups, as opposed to screw-ups or movie bloopers or film flubs or whatever. And that menu is on like an emergency escape hatch type of thing. You've got the trailers basically in a menu that looks like you're looking into a microwave and it's Barf's food bowl, all just very themed after the film itself. So same stuff as you would see here, with different language options and a different, much more amusing, kind of cool menu structure here for the Spoof Edition out of the UK. My thanks to Julian for sending this one over. That's not the only one we're going to look at here. You may recall that we looked at this a while back as well. It's something Brian Snook sent over. This was the Spaceballs Metal Pack, not Steelbook, but Metal Pack from the US from Best Buy. Okay? And this was essentially kind of like a Steelbook. And inside, we had those kind of sticker things. And then you had Spaceballs disc, the art behind it as they're in the desert. Now, for whatever reason, it took a while for the UK to get around to kind of doing the same thing, this time with a Steelbook brand metal case that is essentially identical in most respects. Again, we have our J card, I guess is what it's called here, that has your description, special features, cast crew information, ratings, legalese, and so forth there. Has the ratings and Blu-ray symbol with no ratings, then just part of the art here with the ratings. But golly, that looks really, really familiar. The Steelbook is essentially the Metal Pack, although they're two different brands. MGM, Blu-ray, product number, Spaceballs, Mel Brooks, John Candy, and Rick Moranis. Mel Brooks is Spaceballs. Winnebago here, in this case MGM and 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment logos down here with legalese. You open it. There is no, kind of cool sticker thing, but similar interior there as well, albeit with the disc that looks like this. And I don't really have much in the way of UK Blu-rays to compare it to for Spaceballs. But there's Spaceballs, the characters, ratings, and along the bottom, a little Blu-ray thing there, DTS HD, Master Audio 5.1, product number, region ABC, Blu-ray, copy protection, and MGM there. This one was actually a Zavvi exclusive from the UK. So we had a Best Buy exclusive as a metal pack, not a Steelbook over here. Finally in the UK, 4 years later in 2019, we get this one that is a Steelbook exclusive from Zavvi. It doesn't say it has all the same special features, by the way. It does, okay? It only lists a few of them in very vague terms, but yes, it does have the same special features you would expect from the typical Blu-ray release of Spaceballs over here. The John Candy bit, the In Conversation bit, all that sort of stuff. So very, very similar products here. One a metal pack, one a Steelbook, both for Spaceballs, both so similar you could get one and not the other, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Unless you're someone who's a collector of Steelbooks or metal packs and want that specific branded item. Otherwise, pretty similar here. So with that, my thanks to Julian for the Spoof Edition. My thanks again to Brian Snook for this metal pack version, which I was able to compare to, of course, the Steelbook version that, while he didn't send it this way, he pointed me to when it was actually being released here. So again, Brian Snook all over the metal cases. It's a bit of an obsession, but that's what collecting is, right? With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force and the Schwartz be with the home video viewers.